Hello everyone, I Kuldeep Sharma welcome you all to today's session on 20 GK questions which we have curated from the Hindu newspaper as well as the Indian Express. So let's start with today's question. So first question is with regard to the very prominent topic which is in front all the newspapers is regarding the appointments of the new two election commissioner because there is a case which has been filed in the Supreme Court asking for a review of the law, the present law which has been asked in the question also regarding the framework of the selection committee. And earlier, when the Supreme Court was hearing one case, Anup Baranwal, in which it said that there should be a selection committee and it should consist of Prime Minister, Leader of Opposition, and the Chief Justice of India. However, when the selection committee was framed under this act, at that time, the selection committee consisted of the Prime Minister, Leader of Opposition, and one of the ministers, Union Minister nominated by the Prime Minister. So because of which it was in case. So now the question is, as per the Chief Election Commissioners and Election Commissioners Act, the ECI Act 2023, which is the appointing authority for election commissioner. So I'm asking you the final appointing authority for election commissioner. Four options. Is it Prime Minister headed selection committee? Is it the President? Is it the Union Cabinet? Or is it the three senior most Supreme Court judges? So again, the answer here is B. So I made this question deliberately to so that the concept gets clear in your head that not the selection committee, but the president is the final appointing authority. The job of selection committee is only to recommend the names of prospective election commissioners and chief election commissioner to the president. Union cabinet has no role. Cabinet is basically the group of the highest level ministers. And three senior most Supreme Court judges do not have any role in the appointment of election commissioners. Only thing which you can relate with three senior most Supreme Court judges is the collegium system for appointment of judges. Okay? When it comes to Supreme Court judges appointment, although the collegium is the one which is recommending the appointment of a Supreme Court judge, however, it is again the president who is the final appointing authority for the purpose of appointing of judges. Next question is, so which of the following country has received a bailout package from International Monetary Fund for its economy? So from time to time, many countries go through economic crisis. However, there are certain countries which have become a regular name in terms of bailout packages and facing economic crisis. Like when you four options, a similar question was also there in last to last class or in last to last session also. Wherein it was regarding that European Union has actually finalized a deal with one country. So again, from here I am asking which has been given at 2-3 places in the newspaper today. So which country has received a bailout package from IMF for its struggling economy? So four options: is it Egypt? Is it Greece? Is it Pakistan? Or is it Syria? Answer here is Pakistan, our neighbor Pakistan. And one of the facts regarding Pakistan is that it is the country which has gone to the IMF for the most number of bailouts and it is received. So Pakistan has been a regular customer of IMF when it comes to bailout packages. Next question. So which of the following digital companies case regarding its billing policy was dismissed in the Competition Commission of India? So Competition Commission of India is the highest body which is there to make the market competitive or try to have fair trade practices in India. So basically, if a company becomes so big, then it might try to dominate the market by creating its own monopoly and by having such kind of trade practices so that the market becomes anti-competitive. So one of the digital companies case was with the Competition Commission of India. However, it was dismissed by CCI now. So which company is it? So is it PUBG company? Is it Microsoft? Is it X, formerly known as Twitter, now owned by Elon Musk? Or is it D, Google? So the answer is D, Google, because it's Play Store billing policy. So what happened is, so if you download any app from the Google Play Store, which all of us who have Android phones do, then if you are using any paid app or you are making any purchases inside the app, then the Google charges 11% to 26% of levy on any such payments made. So this levy was challenged was challenged in front of Competition Commission of India, saying that it was very anti-competitive. However, as of now, the Competition Commission of India, after inquiring it for 2 years, did not found any anti-competitive practice in it. Next question. So next question is regarding Indian Navy. So Indian Navy has collaborated and signed an MOU. MOU stands for Memorandum of Understanding for Innovation in various research projects in naval technology areas with which are the following. So you have to tell me the name of which of these following institutes is collaborating with Indian Navy on naval technology. So let me make you understand what is an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding. So usually when two companies come into some kind of deal, then it is called as an agreement or contract. However, Memorandum of Understanding does not bind any other party. It just shows both of their intention to collaborate on something. So if the MO is not fulfilled, then there is no legal repercussions. However, if you violate any agreement or contract, then you have remedies also, and the other party has to give a penalty also for not fulfilling that agreement. However, in the case of MOU, there is no such requirement to fulfill that. So Indian Navy has collaborated with each of the following institutions. Is it IIT Kharagpur, Bombay, IIT Bombay, DRDO, or IISc, Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore? And the answer here is A, IIT Kharagpur. Next question. So which of the following state has withdrawn the criteria that there should be minimum number of students from a minority community at an educational institution for it to qualify as a religious minority institution? So under Article 30 of the Constitution, religious and linguistic minorities have the right to administer and establish and administer a minority education institution of their choice. So it's a right given to religious and linguistic minority in the Constitution itself. However, there is no foundation or there is no limit um, on the power of the state or the center to provide for certain conditions. So this state had actually put up a criteria that there should be minimum number of students from that minority community for which such an education institution is framed. And usually the target was about 25%. However, now the state government has decided that we should not have this criteria because of the reason of that the minority population in that state is very low for certain types of minorities. Because of it, those minority education institutions were the seats in those education institutions was going empty, and it was becoming unsustainable for those institutions to survive. So finally, they have decided to remove this criteria for being qualifying as a least minority institution. So four options: Jammu and Kashmir, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, or Karnataka. And the answer here is Karnataka, which has removed this criterion. Next question. So, which of the following country is going to hold the Ukraine Peace Conference in 2024 to find out a peaceful solution to the Russian-Ukraine conflict? So, this country has recently said in the United Nations General Assembly that it is going to hold a Ukraine Peace Conference where it will be discussing 10-point solution uh, given by Ukraine's Prime Minister Volodymyr Zelensky, and it will try to somehow find a peaceful solution to the Russia-Ukraine conflict. As you may know, the Russia-Ukraine conflict between Russia and Ukraine has just completed a month ago, only 2 years of its beginning. The country which is going to hold a Ukraine peace conference is it Belarus, is it China, is it Switzerland, or is it Turkey? The answer here is Switzerland. And I've asked you this question because today, yesterday only, Mr. Modi called Vladimir Putin and then Volodymyr Zelensky and asked both of them to somehow find a peaceful solution. Wherein the Ukraine president actually asked Prime Minister Modi to come and participate in this peace conference, which is going to take place in Switzerland. Next question. So the mighty Ministry of Electronics, has notified the fact check unit, which will be the designated body to flag misinformation about central government department to social media platforms. It will be operated by which of the following? So a new body is being created, fact check unit, and a very recent update just some time ago before I started recording it, the Supreme Court has actually stayed this fact check unit, calling it allegedly violating the freedom of speech and expression under the Constitution. So you have to tell me the mighty fact check unit will be operated by which of the following? So four options: is it PIB? Is it Ministry of Home Affairs? Is it NIC or is it BECIL or Broadcast Engineering Consultants India Limited? So answer here is A, PIB, because this is known as PIB fact check unit also. So it will be the PIB staff which will be doing the job of the fact check unit for with regard to misinformation about. Next question. So what is the upper age limit prescribed for a movement going under ART services, which is Assisted Republic Technology, such as in vitro fertilization under the Act of 2021. So, if recently this was, that Sidhu Moosewala, who was a Punjabi singer, his mother and father actually used this technology and they actually delivered a healthy baby. And however, there was some controversy because the women, as well as the women specifically, was above that age limit. So you have to tell me what is the upper age limit. So lower limit is 21. What is the upper age limit? So is it 40 years? Is it 50? Is it 60 or 70? Answer here is B, 50. So if you want to use technology like IVF, which is a type of assisted reproductive technology and regulated by the Act 2021, you have to, then the women has to be in the age group of 21 and 50. Next question. So what is the name of India's first dedicated space telescope launched in 2015? Space telescope capable of studying various phenomena in the universe in multiple wavelengths. So, four options: AstroSat, IRNSS, RESET, or Cartosat. And the answer here is AstroSat, which was the first space telescope launched by India. And it was launched very recently in the year 2015. Next question. So, which edition of the IPL is slated to commence from March 20, March 22, 2024? So I given you four options. So presently, from tomorrow only, the this year's IPL is going to start, and you have to tell me which edition is it of this IPL. Is it 14th? Is it 15th? Is it 16th? Or is it 17th? The answer here is the 17th edition. So the present 2024 IPL is the 17th edition of the. Next question. So, income and wealth inequality in India report has reported growing inequality in India. It is published by which of the following? A new report has come up, which, like all the other reports talking about inequality in India, has provided that the inequality is increasing at a very high rate. Moreover, it really threw up one data point which will raise your interest that the 1% richest Indians actually made money more than any other countries with 1% richest persons. For example, if I count the 1% richest US citizens, then the amount of profit these 1% richest Indians made was even more than the 1% richest of the US. So this report is published by which of the following? So four options. Is it Oxfam India? Is it Niti Aayog? Is it World Inequality Lab or is it World Economic Forum? Answer here is C, World Inequality Lab, which comes up with the income and wealth inequality in India. Next question. So, which of the following became the third Indian state to ban the use of certain coloring agents in cotton candy and gobi Manchurian? Found to be on. So, one kind of chemical known as rhodium B, which is very harmful to people's health, was found in samples of cotton candy, colorful cotton candy, and gobi Manchurian. And finally, this became the third Indian state to ban the use of it. And which state is it? So, four options: Tamil Nadu, Goa, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh. And the answer is C, Karnataka. The first state to do so was Tamil Nadu. Then it was Goa. Finally, this Karnataka has also banned the use of these coloring agents. Next is which country serves as the base for the Islamist jihadist organization known as Boko Haram, which has recently made headlines for kidnapping over 600 people in the last 2 months of February. So this organization was in news because it has recently kidnapped or more than 600 people actually in the last 2 months of February. In the last 2 months since February. Last 2 months since February. So you have to tell me Boko Haram is a militant organization primarily based in which country? So four options. Is it Nigeria, Kenya, Somalia, Mali? And the answer here is A, Nigeria. So Boko Haram is a Islamist jihadist organization and has been in news a lot for the last 10-15 years since it has come into existence. And it has been primarily kidnapping women and children so that it can convert those people to Islam. So answer here is 13. The answer is A, 19. Next is 14, question number 14. For the 2024 13 Ministerial Conference of WTO. Ministerial conference is actually the WTO's highest decision-making body. It was organized in which of the following city? The 13th Ministerial Conference or MC was organized in which of the following cities? Four options. Was it Abu Dhabi? Was it Geneva? Is it Buenos Aires? Or is it Nairobi? So answer here is A, with which the 13th edition took place. The 12th took place in Geneva, 11th in Buenos Aires, and 10th Nairobi. In 10th edition was held in Nairobi, Kenya, and it is in news because it is currently going on in the state of Abu Dhabi. Next question. So one more question from national relation which came up in today's news. So you have to look at the photograph which has come on the world page of the Hindu newspaper, and below that photo, there is a caption where is this festival is mentioned. So my simple question is, in which country have residents celebrated the arrival of spring and honored Saint Jose, the patron saint of the Carpenters Guild, for hundreds of years by constructing and ceremonially burning large monuments made of wood, cardboard, and paper. So how this festival is celebrated is by that first construct large monuments made of wood, cardboard, and papers, which is basically the work of a carpenter, and when the festival comes to an end, they celebrate it by burning off whatever the structure they have created. And it is done as a way to honor Saint Joseph, who is the patron saint of Carpenters Guild. Guild is basically a group of Carpenters Guild is a group of carpenters. So, in which country this festival takes place? Is it Italy, France, Spain, or Portugal? So, answer here is C, Spain. Next question. So, among the following has become the CEO of Microsoft AI? So, since AI is on the rise, Microsoft AI has also found out a very talented person to become the CEO of Microsoft AI. So, you have to tell me the name of that person. Is it Sam Altman? Is it Tim Cook? Tim Cook? Is it Satya Nadella or is it Mustafa Suleyman? And the answer here is Mustafa Suleyman, who has become the new CEO of Microsoft AI. Satya Nadella is head of Microsoft. Tim Cook is the head of Apple, and Sam Altman is the head of OpenAI, which is the owner of the creator of ChatGPT. Next question. So, Indian origin person Leo Varadkar was his country's first youngest prime minister. He has recently resigned from the post of prime minister of which country? So, Leo Varadkar is actually an Indian origin person, and when he became the prime minister, he was the youngest prime minister of that country. Moreover, he was the first gay president, or gay prime minister, or gay head of state of that country. So, you have to tell me which country am I talking about? Is it Guyana? Is it Ireland? Is it Seychelles or is Suriname? So answer here is B, Ireland. So Leo Varadkar was the country's youngest prime minister, and he actually has resigned citing personal and other political reasons. Next question. So the country of Great Britain has signed an agreement with which of the following countries to deport refugees to that country for relocation? So because after there was upheaval or there was disturbance in the Middle East, including in Palestine, Gaza, in Syria, in Jordan, etc. Moreover, there has also been political uproar in the African continent also, and many refugees were moving into European Union as well as Great Britain. So, since all of these countries cannot send away refugees who are in danger, this country, the country of Great Britain, has actually signed an agreement with one of the following countries so that whatever refugees are entering Britain, and because Britain is not able to sustain them, it is going to deport those refugees to that country, and it will also provide that country with money so that they can actually relocate those people in that country only. Four options are Cote d'Ivoire, is it Ghana, is it Libya, or is it Rwanda? So here is Rwanda. So if a refugee enters Great Britain and asks for asylum, then the Great Britain would have the right to send that person to Rwanda. Also, it will provide Rwanda with money so that it can relocate such people in that there. Next question. So, Financial Action Task Force, which is an intergovernmental organization focusing on combating laundering. So it's an international organization, and it's a very respected organization. And its action has actually helped in combating money laundering as well as drug money also. So I've asked you, where's the headquarter of FATF located? So four options: is it New York, is it Geneva, is it Paris, or is it Brussels? So answer is Paris. So FATF headquarter is actually in Paris. So last question again related to FATF. So FATF comes out with a blacklist and grey list. Blacklist is the country with which all of the members of FATF are supposed to not have any trade relations with it. Gray list, there can be trade relation, but those are also limited to an extent. FATF blacklist identified countries that are not adequate in their money laundering and counter financing of terrorist regime, which are the following not one of the blacklisted countries. So blacklisted is a graver list, or is a list where is the restrictions are very high as compared to gray list. So you have to tell me which of the following is not one of the blacklist countries. Four option: North Korea, Iran, Myanmar, Pakistan. And out of these four, actually, it is the state of Pakistan which is not in the blacklist. It is actually now not in even in the gray list also, because it was recently taken out of the gray list also, because it has taken certain action to combat money laundering and counter financing of it. So for 20, the answer is D. So with this, we come to the end of today's session. So I hope you had a very learning environment today, and best of luck. And I hope to see you in the next class. Thank you and have a very